Paul.
Welcome. It is Saturday morning, so you know it's time for another live edition of The Extra Point. Bill Coulter in the house, Tasha T. Sizzle in the house, Michigan Michael Hasso in the house. How goes it today, lady and gent?
It goes well.
Okay. All right. And we're off and running. Ladies and gentlemen, we have another jam-packed show. Plenty of NFL questions because I warned the crew before the show this week that I might crash out because my teams are stressing me out. I've waited 8 months for the Cowboys and the Titans to stress me out. And Michigan is kind of stressing me out too. So I'm gonna need you two today to keep me together. I'm gonna stay zen. I took a walk. I had a nice little talk with the Lord, and I think that I'm ready to go. But one of y'all gonna set me off when we get to the NFL segment. So we'll start in college football. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a developing story coming out of UNLV and regarding their current NIL situation that can have ripple effects going forward as we navigate through this NIL era of college football. Now, UNLV quarterback Matthew Sluka left the program on Tuesday night due to unfulfilled promises made regarding his NIL deal. Now, stay with me here. I'm gonna try to give you the Cliff Notes version so that we're all caught up. So then when I ask Mike and Tasha to chime in, everybody's kind of caught up to where we are if you hadn't been following along with this story because there's a lot to unpack. All right. Now, Sluka, his father, and his NIL representative, Marcus Cromartie, alleged that offensive coordinator for UNLV, Brennan Marion, made a verbal agreement of $100,000 to secure Sluka's services from Holy Cross this year, to which he has only received $3,000. So they're $97,000 short. All right. Now, since he came out with his allegations, the school has since fired back. Now, their NIL collective did confirm that the quarterback has only received $3,000 so far for basically living expenses, a stipend, if you will. But they are categorically denying that there was ever a verbal agreement in place for $100,000. Now, UNLV has since made a statement, and this is coming straight from ESPN.com, and I quote, UNLV says the Sluka's representatives made financial demands to continue playing that its athletic department interpreted as a violation of the NCAA's pay-for-play rules and Nevada state laws. Quote, UNLV does not engage in such activities, nor does it respond to implied threats. Tasha, you better lead off this morning. Who do you believe? Sluka or the school?
First of all, let me go back. Not trying to diminish anybody's talent or, he made it to a level that a lot of people wish they could. A lot of people didn't make it. But first of all, let's start here. You came from Holy Cross.
Yes.
Holy Cross is a FCS school.
Correct.
You go to UNLV. Things don't work out the way that you think they're supposed to do when it comes to money. Mm-hmm. You came from Holy Cross. How much money did you think you were supposed to get anyway? Let's just start there. Number two, he's working out with a trainer now and going back into the transfer portal.
Correct.
Now, Nick Saban just said this morning, and I had to write it down because y'all know my mind plays tricks on me. Nick Saban said it's no longer NIL. It's supposed to be name, image, and likeness. It has now become pay for play.
Right. And really, you can call NIL now I'm leaving because they're using this as leverage to get up out of Dodge.
Exactly. Now, back to your original question, I blame him and his representatives and his family. And Mike said it, and I said it both in the group chat. Verbal agreement don't mean nothing.
Right.
And even now, if you record, depending on what state you're in, it's illegal to record a conversation without someone knowing they're being recorded. You should have got it in writing. That's just really what it boils down to. You should have got it in writing.
Right. Mike, who do you believe in this situation?
I believe both. I think we watched multiple videos in Paul, the one that you sent me to, about pretty much the NCAA, how they're really busy already being sued and being tied up in court already with the past generations being like, whoa, y'all didn't give us our money. But that's a different story. So NCAA right now is pretty much saying, hey, don't do anything in writing because this could open up a whole can that we're not even ready for to even address. Right. And it's like, don't be offering these kids X, Y, and Z in writing because we can't be the authority to uphold that. And so now you got this verbal agreement stuff where, I mean, I would agree with both. And it's almost like, I mean, the NFL in my case is worse because they actually have contracts in writing and people are still holding out. So it's like, I think they're trying to take a play from NFL. The only thing that's wrong with that is that since there is contracts and it's like, okay, cool. You don't play, then we don't pay. Like it is what it is. Right. And I think with these kids, like Tasha said, and you said, like this is getting too ugly for college to where it's like it's getting out of hand. I think because it's UNLV, it's like if I was UNLV, I'd be like, okay, well, we're not going to pay you because then it is going to open up this whole can. And even with that, one of the I don't know MGM or casino owners, he was like, oh, I'll give you $100K if it makes you stay or whatever. And I'm like, you are willing to open up this whole thing just so that UNLV can play USC or Penn State in the playoffs and get demolished? Like, come on, man.
Right. But let's 2 points before I forget. The best quarterback that has ever come out of UNLV is one Mr. Gold Shoestring Tips himself, Mr. Randall Cunningham.
True.
So other than that, I don't know when UNLV was supposed to be like this big football dominating program that's just been year after year putting people into the pros. And second, what did I say? I think I probably said this a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, when we always joke about SMU and the death penalty. All of this could have been avoided if y'all would have just kept letting the boosters slide the money under the table.
Right. I agree with
NCAA, like Mike's best friends, the NCAA always wants to control, put their hands all in everything, stir it up with their hands with no gloves, want to be all in the videos, all in the background. That's why we are where we are now.
Now, good morning, Melanie Taylor. And before I answer your question, Melanie, I want you to stick around for the NFL segment because I have an apology to owe you in front of the whole world. So I got an apology for you, Melanie, because I think you was right about something that I disagreed with you about last year. So you stick around. Now, to your question, did you say the staff member was fired? Why would they do that? No, the staff member isn't fired. No one is fired. The school is backing the coaches, saying that the coaches never made a verbal agreement. And basically, Mr. Cromartie, Tasha, might close your ears for a second. Tasha, I read the agent's name. It was Marcus Cromartie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This sounds shady.
From the beginning.
Let me back up off that part because we can get stuck there. But Marcus Cromartie, sir, rumor has it that you're not even a registered agent in the state of Nevada. And I totally believe that you went up there and tried to strong arm them because to Tasha's point about UNLV being a powerhouse, they're ranked number 23 in this week's poll. The first time they've been ranked in, I think, forever. And they have an inside track to become one of the group of 5 schools to get that coveted 12th playoff spot. Now, so we'll come back to that part. Now, good morning, USC famed supporter Carlos Coronado. All of a sudden, Michigan shirts. I smell the shade. It smells like fall leaves.
First of all,
you better go watch those first episodes.
We rocks this all the time. Don't get it twisted. Dun, 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 dun.
Now, look, we played your fight song when your team came in there under a chorus of boos from the crowd. What else do you want from Michigan other than a 2-minute drive that we didn't throw the ball one time? We'll talk about that another day. Good morning, Soul on Sports. He says, just like that, Al Green said, put it on paper. Mike hit me up after I showed him the clip of the school firing back and giving their side of events. And he was like, hey, when I was an intern, I still had that in writing. When he was an intern at a radio station, like, come on, y'all, let's be real. Yes, Melanie, stick around for that. I have a bunch of humble pie and crow to eat, and I hope that my esteemed co-host here helped me get that down. All right. Now, Mike, who took the bigger PR hit with all of this? The quarterback who quit on his team in the middle of the season or the school for looking cheap?
Between those two, I would say the quarterback for sure.
Mm.
I mean, because you see, like what everyone's been saying, like Tasha said, you could have just played it like everybody else was playing it. Be like, hey, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and get this on the side. You
Right.
might want to call up your friends if you can't pay
Right.
this bill, or else this
Right.
is what's going to happen.
Right.
If you try to strong arm the school directly, they're going to be like, I don't even know what you're talking about. And I don't even know what kind of deal someone made with you, but we didn't make that deal with you. So you might
Right.
want to go to whoever you made that deal with. And then
Right.
so outside
Right.
looking in, like even the running back was like, I didn't want no money. I'm leaving because I'm not getting playing time. So
Right. Right. Tasha, who looks worse out of this, the school or the player? Because the school has taken a beating on social media.
I mean, I'm going to go with the player because at the end of the day, it's still going to be the University of Nevada at Las Vegas. We may
Right.
never hear from this kid again, but we always going to know about UNLV, just like SMU. All those years ago, whether it was, a punchline about SMU, what did we still talk about? SMU and Eric Dickerson. Who else was on there that we know from that time?
Right. The Pony Express with him and Craig James, and that was about it. This is crazy because I get people's point to where they say this could be a recruiting nightmare because $100,000 for a school like UNLV, who was paying Larry Johnson more than that back in the early 90s.
That whole starting five. Yeah, George Ackles, Anderson Hunt, what's his name? The guy that does the commentating now. You had all of them. They was
so you got the money, and you're in Las Vegas
getting money.
To Mike's point, why not just go to the casinos and be like, "Hey, bro, I'm down right now," like Chris Webber did when they wanted them shoes. Hey, money, just I need some
it's
shoes.
Like the advertisements when they showing the showgirls at the the casino. You can use an athlete's face up there.
Yeah, and we're gonna piggyback off of that as it relates to Michigan too. Carlos Coronado, good morning. That we're gonna talk some more Michigan if that wets your whistle this morning. Y'all, $100,000 for a chance at the CFP. Mike is shaking his head. No, I'm thinking that's a minor investment. Now this kid,
that's why I'm like, why don't somebody just throw it up there? I wouldn't even make it public. Just like, here you go.
Right. I mean, was he any count? That's my thing. Was he?
I'm gonna let Mike answer that.
I mean, they're undefeated. They have 2 big wins under their belt. I'm not saying that they can beat.
Right?
I don't think. They beat Kansas. I don't think that they could win in the playoffs, but they could get there.
And that's a huge boost of money. I mean, you're going to get that back hand over fist. We're talking $12 million just to make the CFP for a program like UNLV. That's more than you're going to make in like 2 or 3 calendar years with your program.
It probably goes back to like what they think that kid is worth. And obviously they didn't think he was worth it. You can't cross.
Right. He's completing 42% of his passes this year. He's a dual threat quarterback, more known for running than passing. Yeah. Now, in his defense, he was the Patriot League Offensive Player of the Year last year with 29 touchdowns and close to 3,000 total yards. So, me personally, if I'm a coach in the portal and I'm looking for a quarterback, I don't want somebody who's going to quit on my team and then going to air me out after that.
And again, if you were all of that, you probably wouldn't have ended up at UNLV either.
And let's keep it real, Mike. If you were all of that, they would have just gave you the money.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see
school wouldn't even have been involved.
Right.
It would have been like, okay, I'm chilling.
Right. Now,
Siegfried and Roy and them would have been sliding him.
Money.
Pet the tiger.
With the doves coming out of the money and everything.
Right.
Now, y'all, as we're decked out in the wonderful color combination of maize and blue, I need y'all to just get a screenshot of us real quick. We're looking kind of dapper in that maize blue. You like that, Coronado? I'm gonna send you an NFL size T-shirt because he out there looking like Strahan still. Now, Tasha, Mike, I need y'all look at that. You see it. I need y'all to help me out with this one because now Michigan is entering the fray, and I don't know how to feel about this. I have mixed feelings. Now, Dave Portnoy, who is the founder and CEO of Barstool Sports, he's a rabid Michigan fan. Now, he has gone on the record this week and said that he is willing to pledge up to $3 million annually for us to go snag a top-end elite quarterback out of the transfer portal each year. Tasha, you shaking your head. Yeah. Do you like this?
Mm-hmm. Because what did I say? Mike has even said this. Michigan is
What the hell is going on, Farrah?
feo basura camisetas. No, senora. No.
Why is she mad?
What you mad about, Farrah? Didn't you pick us to win the game on your show last week?
Ooh.
I think you picked us to win the game
But
on your show last week. Make sure y'all
it's
catch our take. Go ahead,
a certain type of person to be able to gaze upon this maize and blue.
Yes.
You
need to go to the town of Ann Arbor.
You got to be anointed to be able to gaze and feel the effervescence of the maize and blue, all up in your spirit.
Y'all was showing up. Yeah. Don't like see y'all. See when Michigan got blown up by Texas, everybody wanted to just let us sit here and cry and swim in our own tears. Now we get a little. Now we pop one. You know what I'm saying? And now there's this. Now, good morning, Justin. How about those 3-0 Kansas City Chiefs? As we digress. So Tasha, you're saying that you like Portnoy putting up this money
because. What are all the other schools doing? Michigan won that championship last year because you had players that stayed, not because they necessarily wanted the money, because a lot of them were not getting, that type of money. But now you got players that are leaving left and right. You're going to have something that's going to keep them there. You get you a big time quarterback, then what's going to come? You're going to get the receiver that's going to want to come. You're going to get, offensive. Your whole team is going to want to come because they know it's what they say in Players Club when they hit the green button when Luke was there. It's money to be had up there.
And he definitely has the money. This guy has a huge platform. He's probably got 50 million followers on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Them 3-0 Steelers. Coach SpongeBob Shoes, this is smoke and mirrors.
Always a hater somewhere.
I'm not a believer. They about to hit Skid Row. Mike, what are your thoughts on this now? Because and let me set this question up for Mike for people who may not know this. Mike has been preaching from before the Harbaugh days that Michigan is a developmental school. Mm-hmm. We don't need necessarily 5-star talent. We sell these parents on the fact that you come to Michigan, you get developed. If you do not make it to the NFL and play on Sundays, you will have a quality degree, you will have good character building, and you will have a Michigan brand, a worldwide brand network to where you can get your money within the umbrella of the Michigan program. Look at Devin Gardner, look at Charles Woodson, look at Tom Brady. We take care of our Michigan men. Go ahead.
That is exactly what Saban's point was this morning. Because like they say, you have the commercial, you have so many athletes that go professional in other things.
Yeah.
So that education is a big deal. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. So, Mike, with that being the backdrop, what are your thoughts on Portnoy and his pledge of $3 million to bring in quarterbacks?
I mean, I thought it was funny. I like him. He's hilarious. Like you said, he's pretty much an official troll, and just so happens to be on the Michigan side.
Yes,
so I've been loving it.
Troll for Michigan, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I honestly don't think he was serious. I think he was kind of just pushing the buttons of like, if y'all don't take care of this, it's going to get out of hand. Here's an example of what somebody could do. I don't like it for the Michigan brand. Now there's two different things, right? Like you were saying, it's the Michigan brand as we develop. Those who stay will be champions.
Come on.
It's not going to turn into, those who we pay will win, or those who win will be paid, or whatever. Right. I think that's totally different.
Real Dabo Luther the Kingish right now, Mike.
Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Let him cook. Go off, Mike, and then we're going to come to that.
You're cooking, but you sounded like Dabo Luther the King. But go ahead.
Go ahead.
Now to go back to the non-brand side of things. I mean, I don't think I would be in that ballpark, but Paul was, and Tasha, I think, back in the day, 6 years ago, you're like, hey, I don't care what Ohio State's doing. If we got to cheat, let's do it, but we need this championship. Yeah. That was said. And this is, if you want to say it, the SEC kind of started this all of like, hey, why are they getting all this top tier talent? I wonder why. They were just doing it under the table. So I don't think it would be a huge tarnish on the Michigan brand. However, if they come and then keep leaving every year, I could see that in and out tarnish the Michigan brand. I mean, I like the overall comment, and I'm not opposed to a $3 million quarterback every 2 or 3 years.
Tasha?
Yeah. I mean, I'm just not opposed to it because we want to win, damn it. We got to be competitive.
Right.
Now, for whatever reason, I don't know what's getting into Clemson. They've had a turnaround, but I don't see
Really
that
good.
streak continuing, especially with the way Miami fought back last night. I don't see that streak continuing with Clemson if they don't start getting players either. The way this game is set up now, and I do not like it, you got to pay these players. You have very few, like I just said, that team that won the championship, they wanted to be at Michigan. They wanted to, go along with the motto, those who stay will be champions. A lot of these kids ain't doing that. They don't care.
I'm conflicted because I agree with both of your points. And this is why I'm split down the middle on this. I want the money. And Mike, I hope you're playing with the fact that you're saying that he's trolling. Don't be throwing $3 million out in front of me and then you just playing for clicks. I'll beat your ass, Dave Portnoy. Don't do that. We need that money. Send us to cut the check. But here's my issue, and I was telling Mike this off wax, but I want to tell you too, Tasha. Dave Portnoy is more like Howard Stern than he is Stephen A. Smith. He's not just a sports person who's going to get up there and just give you sports takes. He's a troll. And that's how he builds his brand, and that's what makes Barstool set apart from some of the other sports media. What I'm worried about is that he's going to get on his platform and tell everybody how the sausage is being made up in Ann Arbor, Mike. Like, he might start spilling the beans on, hey, I told Manuel Ward to do such and such. I told him to go get this quarterback. They said, no, let's get that quarterback. Michigan is a very contained environment when it comes to mess, foolishness, scandal. We're not really a part of that. You don't even know how much our players are making. I don't know how they keep that information, not public knowledge. But I'm just worried that it's going to tarnish the brand because I don't think that he believes that negative publicity is bad publicity. She says, I need that money. Right. I need that money. What you call it? I need that money, Denise. Mike, let's talk this because me and you, this is something that we really can get in the weeds about. So I want you to get in and out the bush on this one. Do you think that would hurt recruiting? We got a 2025 and 2026 commit quarterback-wise that are supposed to be pretty good. Will that hurt recruiting doing the round table revolving door of quarterbacks every year through the NIL?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we have I don't know if they're 5-star, but they're pretty close to 5-star quarterbacks next year. We have Jaden Davis on redshirt freshman right now. We have Brady Hart coming through in a couple years. So
some real hitters,
real talent in the quarterback position. But, one thing that I was bringing up when we were talking, like this seems to be such a big deal about paying these players and, fans and students alike are like, why are we not paying these players? The thing that I brought up, so I was really, back in college, really into the science and engineering, and these kids or students, if their project or ideas are good enough, then they get grants. Like that is money to them to pursue their project, their deal, and kind of what their grant is, this contract, if you will. I mean, it is a contract because they're like, hey, anything that you create from this grant, we also partake as like this sponsor of this, and you can't go out somewhere else and get money from it. Like you got to do what we got to do. It's a contract. So I don't know why this is such a big deal if these students on campus in their, respective fields are getting these grants, and AKA money, and these players can't.
And you can't work. Right. The football schedule and the travel schedule on the weekend makes it where it's impossible for you to go get a Chick-fil-A job part-time so you can take your girlfriend out to the movies. Like these are kids we're talking about. You remember when you were in college and the things that you wanted to do with the money. Now, we was broke as two lean dick dogs back in the early 90s, but we still had a little money to go to the parties, the skating rink, to, go get a pizza with your friends, maybe travel to go see a game in Memphis. Go ahead, Tasha.
But it's just almost like, again, with Mike's best friends, do y'all remember when the NCAA said, oh, you could have a bagel with butter, but if you use peanut butter, it's a violation on your bagel?
Oh, you mean us getting taken down over a hamburger?
It's just the
I'm not gonna
fact
get
that
Mike
the
started.
NCAA caused all of this. I always thought that players should receive a certain amount of money. Then it went into, oh well, the volleyball team wouldn't get this money, but the volleyball team, Michigan volleyball, is not bringing in as much as Michigan football.
Tasha, great segue, because I want to use what you said right there to segue into another school who's taking matters into their own hands. That's the University of Tennessee, who have told their season ticket holders that they're implementing a 10% increase on their renewal as a talent fee to go to the players. Now, hey, good morning, Martrice. Yes, I remember Perky's Pizza. Perky's, all right, y'all don't like this. Go ahead. Somebody jump in. What don't you like about it?
I don't personally like it because you over here, this university getting, like Tasha said, getting so much money from this football program. Like, you need to do that. You need to pay that. Don't have the consumer pay for your talent. Like, no, we're there already paying these crazy prices. I don't care what top 5 or big 5 school you go to. You go to one of these big games. These tickets are pretty high. I mean, I don't want to bring up USC Michigan prices, but I'm telling you, it wasn't no $200. I'll tell you that. So I'm just like, man, come on, man. Come on.
Tasha, you agree with Mike?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. Go if you know, Mike, you the numbers guy. I don't know how long it'll take you to do this. Pull up like some of the revenue that the top schools, athletic programs, the money they bring in. And y'all want us to pay?
Now, Martrice says, I agree, Mike. And y'all, I am totally on board with this, what UT is doing, and I hope that Michigan will do it as well. Here's why.
What?
I hope Michigan does this as well. Here's why. In any walk of life, we have no issue of paying increases. How many times has Netflix increased their membership since 2017? How now? I just got a hike, a price increase for Sling. That's why I
you talking about inflation? Is that what you're talking about?
Not even just inflation, just the fact that StreamYard, they're bumping it up $15, $20 a month because I mean it's supply and demand. Here, my thing is they have the fans by the short and curlies because they're not going to stop coming to the game. If they put that 10% hike on there and didn't say it was going to the players, nobody would bat an eye. They would just say, "Oh, the tickets have just gone up." You see organizations in the NFL, especially, do price hikes after good seasons. The Tennessee Titans did that after back-to-back AFC South titles. The season tickets went up, but nobody had a problem with that because it wasn't going to the players. But now that we're telling them that the money is going to the players, everybody got a problem with it. Like, no, you pay it. Like, if you didn't know it was going to the players, I don't think anybody would have a problem with it.
But you can't say supply and demand. That's not the same thing because there's always going to be a demand for college football, and it's always going to be a surplus of players who want to play said sport. I do agree as the years go on, inflation, you do have to raise the cost of certain products. I get that. But just to say this 15% is solely so we can pay our players is asinine. How much money did the University of Tennessee bring in when they were winning, when they won that national championship? How much have they been bringing in these last couple of years when they've been really, really, decent, been putting a good product? How much money is Georgia bringing in? How much money is Bama bringing in? How much money is Texas bringing in? Even A&M, who has not been competitive. How much money are these schools bringing in off of these programs? And for you to try to put that cost onto the consumer, to the fans, to the people who help you generate said revenue is a stupid idea. And then for you to even go out there and say this is what is even stupider.
So I think that's where it is. The fact that they're telling you that you're going to be donating to the players, because if the University of Tennessee put out a statement to their season ticket holders and says there's going to be a 10% price increase on the season tickets renewals for next year and didn't say anything else about it, this wouldn't even be a story. But the fact that it's going to the players got people up in arms. I just feel like
when teams, schools, whatever, even concert venues, when they increase the value of tickets, the money has always gone somewhere else. So it's not like it's a surprise that we're raising money because we're going to increase the season tickets for the Lady Vols because we need to do something around the campus. That money has always gone somewhere. So I've just kind of blamed Tennessee because y'all didn't even need to say that. Or is that or was that a ploy for you to get said donors to say, oh, let's give us some more money?
I'm glad you said that because one of the reasons the athletic director was on 104.5 The Zone shortly after this happened, Danny White, noted Cowboy legend. Now, he says that one of the things that precipitated them doing this move was the fact that donor fatigue is starting to set in because people aren't getting the bang for their buck. Just look at Florida State. How much money did they pay that defensive line and DJU? And you're 0-3, losing to sub Power 5 school.
1-3 playing SMU today and probably gonna take an L.
You about to take an L down in downtown Dallas. So donor fatigue is real, especially with basketball. You know what I'm saying? So the money is not going just to the football players; it's going to all the players. And let's not forget, University of Tennessee was in the Elite Eight. I think they got eliminated by Zach Edey and Purdue. The football team is top 5. They're going to be in the college football playoff if they don't have a collapse. The baseball team won the College World Series. The women's basketball team is legendary. Legendary. So, I mean, they're giving you bang for your buck. If they're giving you bang for your buck. It's not like it's Tennessee State University. No shot at Noble Pitts. No shot at you, Eddie George. But I'm just saying, it's not like it's a school where you may be wondering if the money's being distributed to the proper authorities because they've had problems with. I'm gonna digress. The team is putting out a good product. Pony up or turning season tickets.
Right? They shouldn't. There they go, running their mouth.
Yep. Should never said nothing. This kind of reminds me of, Stacey and I were talking about this thing coming out about, when you go to Target or Walmart, it's like, do you want to donate $1? Fun fact, most of these corporations already pay for that nonprofit. They already pay that $1 million, and then they're asking these consumers to pay for the rest. It feels similar to that, and almost to Tasha's point, like we're not getting this revenue. Like we don't have ownership into the University of Tennessee. Like whatever y'all make, we don't get a small percentage of whatever we donate. So kind of something similar, Michigan's doing something similar, but it's like separate. It's like a booster, category, legends thing. And it's like you donate XYZ and this is what you get in return. So like it's not that though. I think they should have just shut their mouth.
But at the end of the day, the only thing that we as the consumer and the fans are getting is bragging rights. Because what do we really?
Look, if that's the case, no, and I get that. But if that's the case, this is like voting. If you ain't gonna vote, then don't complain about who's president.
Right.
Like if you don't want to contribute to the like, don't be saying the school is cheap, and then you don't want to pay the fee to a 10% hike for the school. I'm just saying that happens in every walk of life. I just think the fact that when it says it's going to the players, that people get up in arms about it. Now, Melanie says she disagrees with me wholeheartedly. She says the fact that the schools are making so much money off the name, image, and likeness of the players that started the whole NIL thing, they're trying to play some of the cost onto the fans so they have more of a profit still. Well, that's the grocery store, that's the eggs, that's the light bill.
But I just don't understand. The main gripe when the O'Bannon boys brought this to light is because they were on the cover of the EA Sports basketball thing, right? And they were pretty much saying we're not benefiting from this. The school is benefited from it. The gaming system is benefited from this, but we're not. But you're putting our faces on there. Why was it so? I guess I do know Mike's best friends, the NCAA, continue to want to control every aspect of every dollar that was coming into said universities. If they would have just allowed those players, like what did Johnny Manziel say? All those jerseys they sold at Texas A&M, number 2 jerseys. He didn't see a legal dime of any of that. If y'all selling number 2 jerseys, like, I ain't going to say like what, he should have been able to get a percentage of those sales because he is the one that's wearing that number 2 jersey.
So are you two saying that fans, the season ticket holders, should be able to get some of the NIL money back if they're doing the 10% price increase?
No, we're not saying
No.
that. No, not at all. I just don't think that you should increase a ticket price just to say it's going to players.
I'm going to keep it simple. We'll take it to a fast food. We'll take it to Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A. Everybody likes Chick-fil-A. You go to Chick-fil-A, you get your standard stuff, and all of a sudden they're like, hey, y'all ain't tipping enough to our people, which is an option, right? And they're like, since we're not getting enough tips, we're going to go ahead and increase everything on the menu $2. So instead of your $4 or $5 sandwich, it's now $7. You got a $7 sandwich now. And everyone's like, and this sandwich is because we're going to give that to their wages. Like, you make enough money for their wages. Why can't you just increase it?
Exactly.
Or why can't you just standard say it's inflation and disperse it however you want as a business?
Because at the end of the day, like I said, I ain't never met T. Boone Pickens, but I know that man very, very wealthy. Is he still alive? Very, very wealthy. Everything at Oklahoma State University is because of T. Boone Pickens. So you mean to tell me all these elite, rich, wealthy businessmen that graduated from said university can't find a way to come together and get some sort of deal put in place where they can pay these players instead of offsetting that onto the customers, the consumers, the fans?
I think everybody has kind of, and we're going to wrap this up with this. I think everybody has universally lamented the fact that they were told that it's going to the players that they want on their team to be competitive and to win. If you have season tickets, you kind of want to see a good product on the field, and you don't mind if it's an inflation hike to where it just goes to the school in general, but you have a problem if it goes to the player.
But don't increase my ticket price because you want to pay a player. That's not our job.
Yes. And if they don't pay the player, are you going to still renew your tickets if they're 2-10?
I know a lot of people who still drive to Knoxville, the good old Rocky Top, even in the bad days.
See, that's my point. They're going to come anyway. And if you don't like it, then put your tickets back in the pool, and there's a 30,000 person waiting list to take those tickets. So
just like the Cowboys.
I guess there's not, though, you know.
Yeah. So I mean, I just think that it the fact that you know that it's going to the players, if that gets you up in arms, and it's like, but I thought you wanted NIL. As long as it's somebody else's, all right. We'll because we can stay in that forever. Now let's get to the NFL. Dallas Cowboys. The Super Bowl parade is back on. Y'all saw them on Thursday night, slapping around those New York Giants up there in MetLife. Y'all saw it. You saw it.
Y'all got a better chance of having that parade in Buffalo than you do in Dallas.
Now, I know you did not just compare the Cowboys to a team that they smoked twice in Super Bowls. I know you did not. Shamika here with me. She said, no, it ain't.
I'm going off of what's current.
All right. So what's current is the Cowboys are now 2-2, and it looks like they righted the ship. Or did they right the ship? Tasha, let me ask you a question. Which Cowboys team do you believe? The Cowboys team that whooped up on Cleveland and beat the Giants on Thursday night, or the Cowboys team that lost to New Orleans and Baltimore last Sunday?
The one that lost to New Orleans and Baltimore.
Mike?
I believe both. I mean, you talking like Cleveland and the Giants are a good team. Like, these are the bottom barrel. Like, yeah, y'all can beat bottom barrel. That ain't the problem. It's these next 5-6 weeks. This is the next 6 weeks. Like, look at the schedule. Like, okay, now it's time to show what kind of team you are. Do I think that they can do it with good coaching? Yes, I do. I think they have talent. That's not the problem either. I mean, hopefully Micah comes back. I don't know what kind of I know he was injured or hurt or something like that. Hopefully he comes back. But I think y'all have the talent. I don't think that's the problem. I think it's beating these top teams, which you can tell the coaching comes out when you face against top teams.
Tasha, what's the huffing?
Looking at this schedule,
the
only team that I think they have the Steelers, they have the Lions, they have my Niners, the Falcons, the Eagles, and the Texans. Of those games, the only one that I'm sure that they could probably win is Atlanta, and that's shaky at best.
First of all, the Steelers have zero offense. The Fighting SpongeBob Shoes have
Hey,
zero.
y'all ain't got no
offense.
defense. It's been showing y'all ain't got no defense. There's
They
no
didn't give up a
defense now.
touchdown on Thursday night, did they?
Man, they had a lot of drop balls. Come on.
See, that's always now.
Thanks,
See,
Mike.
now see, there's always a reason for the
Thanks,
season. Now, let me go to this Cowboys fan. Now she says the defense will have to step it up, and the position players on offense need to not be so lazy. Lazy is strong. She says the games are going to be a problem if they don't. And yes, she calls me a hater on the front line. Y'all been watching these games. They got more wins than touchdowns. Am I lying? They're 3-0 and got like 2 touchdowns on the season.
It don't matter, but they winning though, right?
Now, wait a minute. Y'all had literally just told me that Dallas ain't beat nobody. Pittsburgh, they beat. No, yes, you did. You said they ain't beat. You said the Cleveland and the Giants were trash.
Oh,
you said
they didn't beat a good team. Yeah, I said that.
Yeah, you said they ain't beat nobody. Now, yeah. Pittsburgh, who did they beat? They beat, was it Denver? Chargers. Who else did they beat? It was somebody else that was trash that they beat. They ain't beat nobody. And who's those other teams you rattled off? The 49ers.
You act like we in week 9. We in week 3 or 4.
Right. He trying to backpedal. He trying to do a Travis Hunter and backpedal. Right. He said that. I heard it when he said it too.
Still, I do not trust the Cowboys. Now, this is one thing I will say about the Cowboys.
Say it.
This is how they play. It's you're hot and you're cold. You're yet like
a DLT.
Like she said. This is on par for the Cowboys. They suck. They win. They get just enough to make the playoffs, and then they fizzle out. So that's to be expected. I don't expect them to go anywhere.
The 3-12-5 seasons in a row disputes the fact that they suck and then they're good, and then they suck and then they're good. Let's start there.
They go up and down. They're up and down. They still ain't no good because they haven't advanced through any of that. Damn the season. Because what do we play for? Stop the brrr. Don't even bump. Don't even form your lips to pull up records and seasons. What is the goal at the end of the season?
To win Super Bowl.
Thank you. They can't win in the playoffs to get to the Super Bowl. All that regular season, which is magnificent. It looks good. It makes, if you're a fan, it makes you say, yeah, rah, sis, boom, bah. But then you have that big drop off when you cannot perform when you're really supposed to perform. That's the problem.
See, I'm trying to keep this one about the Titans, but they're attacking me. I mean, I'm about the Cowboys, but they're attacking me. So I'm about to come back out swinging because you just brought up Super Bowls, and I know good and daggone well
the
49ers fan ain't talking about.
But again, when the 49ers are bad, we admit that we're bad and we need help. Y'all
admit it right now, Tasha T. Sizzle. Y'all are sorry as hell.
We ain't sorry as hell because we still gonna get in that ass, and we will mark that.
They injured as hell right now.
No, Mike. No, don't do that. No, see, everybody can be injured except for the Cowboys
on the planet. So what you're saying is you're happy with having a regular season 12-5 regular season and not even getting out of the first round of the playoffs. You're happy with that? No,
that Super Bowl is coming. Like the parade is already being designed. It's already being designed. I just need y'all to shout it out. What up, Marcus Stone and Mike down here talking about Cowboys? He don't even want his own quarterback in Philly. You understand what I'm saying? He don't even want him. He want Bryce Young or somebody. He don't even believe in his own quarterback down there, and they looking real raggedy as well. So the Cowboys have
AJ Brown is out. I just think,
and so is Devontae.
I think with the Eagles, I just think once they get everything back together, I think the Eagles will be okay. Jalen is going to have to, whatever's distracting him, whatever's going on, Jalen is going to have to get it together. But I mean, I still hold out faith in Jalen.
Now, Shamika says consistency is key. I would say that the division is going to be a huge issue. Some of the toughest competition in the league is in the NFC.
I mean, the Commanders are the most consistent team right now
And who would have thought it?
Jaden Daniels is playing lights out. I love what I'm seeing from him. I'm loving what I'm seeing from Brian Robinson and Austin Eckler, who's going to be out this week with a concussion. I like what I'm seeing from them, but they ain't. I mean, we'll see what they do after Thanksgiving. But what's up, Carter, Paul, Colton? Yeah. I got backup and reinforcements. The Cowboys, let me just tell y'all. Dak Prescott, CD Lamb is being used in multiple. You saw CD Lamb go off. They're back on the same page. You saw CD. You saw what he did. You saw Dak Prescott out there looking just as poised, looking like he's worth every penny of that 231. Every penny. Mike, would you take Dak over your quarterback, Jalen Hurts, right now?
Right now? Yeah, I would.
I appreciate your honesty. Tasha, would you take Dak over Brock Purdy?
Nope. Never. Not going to happen. Injured back and all. Nope.
Good morning, AP Colton. Y'all gonna stop at this. This is why he should be the coach, but I digress. Mike McCarthy is up out of there. But I will say this. I applaud the fact that he's using CD Lamb with different looks, bringing them out of the backfield, using them on sweeps, making them a little less predictable, getting them in positions. Jake Ferguson is back. He's being a reliable option. And big Mike Allstar Jr., the big white fullback. My boy got feathery tips. My boy catching that ball out the backfield. My boy catching ball. Dallas is going to be just fine. By the Thanksgiving show, these two are going to be in shambles because the Cowboys done ran away with the division.
What does just fine mean to a Cowboy fan, though? Does that mean just like playoff contention, or does that mean like NFC championship?
Damn, Mike.
I'm just asking.
Waffle, you got to. Waffle, you got to. What do you mean?
You know what I mean. You don't want to answer the question.
Jerry Jones only stands behind two people when it comes to NFL legacy since he took over for the organization. That's Robert Kraft, old crafty tug, and that's the Hunt family in Kansas City. Those are only two that can stand on par with Jerry and Jones. All right. The case is dismissed. He ain't the father. The case is dismissed. Now we onward and upward. We're going moving forward with this championship. Now, Michael Parsons being injured does kind of scare me a little bit. It does. PL, just lay on your sword. Now, look. Marcus,
thank you.
Marcus, hold on. Wait a minute, Marcus. First of all, you live in Houston. Y'all couldn't even manage 10 points against Minnesota last week. Let's start there. Number two, New Orleans got a win over Dallas. Y'all did. But I saw you unable to score a point against Philadelphia, and Philadelphia ain't no count. Melanie says their issue is to play with the laughing emoji.
There you go, Mel.
No, Melanie, you don't have to do that. We know your vernacular and your acumen is on point. We got you. Oh, I cannot wait. Oh, the Super Bowl party is at my house, y'all. Bring a friend, just don't bring your pet. Now, there was a word that I saw up here a little bit earlier that I think I want to use to transition. I believe the word was shambles. I think I saw shambles in here. Y'all, my Tennessee Titans. What you smiling about over there? Why am I seeing your teeth this early in the morning? What the hell you smiling about? Ladies and gentlemen, and Melanie Taylor. First of all, before I get into Mike, what you smiling about? You're a Titans fan. You had on a Titans shirt.
I was checking my teeth too.
Oh, they look great. They look great. Now, Ray already know what I'm about to ask. Ray said, get to the point.
Yeah.
Nick? Why are you fucking putting around? Get to it.
Yeah. It's a Band-Aid. Take it off.
Ain't that what Sasha said to Tasha when she was giving her top 5 James Earl Jones? Come on down. All right, I'm going to get to it. The Titans are 0-3, looking like the worst team in the league right now. Will Levis is looking like the worst quarterback in the league because he's leading the league in turnovers. And those turnovers have directly led to the losses, at least the first two. Now, Green Bay, all right. Now, Melanie, real quick before we get into bench and Will Levis, as long as Dallas loses, the NFC wins, and C.J. Stroud will bounce back. Nah. I'm gonna stay on task, but no, I disagree with all of that, Marcus Stone. Melanie, last year you kept on asking, did Malik get a fair shake? And I told you he was trash. Now, while I believe he's not dumpster juice, I still believe that he's just a backup quarterback. But I want to give you your flowers this morning in the year of our Lord in September 2024, that Malik Willis came into Nashville after being traded away a few weeks earlier and put on a clinic. The man was poised. The man was throwing darts. The man was running the offense like he's been the starting quarterback there in that system for years.
That's what they do. They develop quarterbacks.
Mike, we can't call this develop after 3 weeks.
And the
development happened in Tennessee.
No, that's a lie, because if he was developed, it wouldn't be no Will Levis there.
See, this is why I got to educate y'all. Good morning, Christina. Christina, I need you to pour some holy water on your brother real quick because I'm about to go off. They know they were wrong for that. Will Levis was a hope and a fairy tale. Now, let me back up to y'all real quick so I can educate y'all, because I'm not being combative right now. I just want to educate y'all on what happened between the new coaching administration and Malik Willis. All right. Malik Willis did not beat out Mason Rudolph in training camp. He was taken under the wing of Brian Callahan, who is a quarterback guru. He's the same one that was responsible for Joe Burrow's development. Now, y'all can do all of that mouth breathing all you want to and not looking into the camera. So I'm talking to the people because this is true. I'm giving you the truth. Wait a minute. Now, hold on. She says, right, Mike. He is developing, which will benefit him. I just say give him a chance. He did not develop in a week and a half in Green Bay. That development was done in the offseason with the Tennessee Titans and Brian Callahan. If you all go back to the Tennessee Titans' third preseason game, zip it. Let me get this out. If you go back to the Tennessee Titans' third preseason game, it was already known that he would not be the backup quarterback. It would be Mason Rudolph, who did outplay him during training camp. Rand Carthon went to Malik Willis and said, hey, I don't want you to sit on our practice squad. I want to find you a place where you can go and get to a situation where you can be a backup. So they showcased him in that New Orleans game, and he played fantastic, which precipitated the Green Bay Packers to call and inquire about him, along with a couple of other teams. They went to Malik and his agent and asked him, which team would you rather go to? He said, I would like to go to Green Bay and play with Matt LaFleur. They facilitated that trade to get him there out of respect and as a thank you for his professionalism and the way he handled himself in Tennessee. Tennessee knew that he wasn't going to get what he needed there. So they sent him to a place where he did. He came back and he made his bones and had a great game on Sunday. But make no mistake about it, Jordan Love will be back healed in a couple of weeks. He's the highest paid quarterback under Dak in the NFL, and you won't see Malik Willis anymore this year unless Jordan Love gets hurt. So now that we got all of that out the way, Tasha, if the Titans lose on Monday and they go to 0-4, they have a bye week coming up in week 5. Is that time to pull the plug on the mayonnaise experiment, in your opinion?
It should have never been plugged in.
That's just crazy.
I mean, what has he done that Malik Willis could not have done? So you saying he was garbage. You saying he was hot garbage. Will Levis looked like hot garbage with mayonnaise poured on top of it. They're in the same boat. So again, that was a wasted draft pick on him. If you saying Will Levis was garbage, I mean, if you're saying Malik Willis was garbage, Will Levis is garbage too.
The administration that drafted Malik Willis has been fired. They're not here anymore. This is a new administration that came in with him.
And what's your result? What's your results?
Tasha, Malik Willis started 3 or 4 games for the Tennessee Titans. He looked terrible.
And Will Levis looks what?
See, you're getting stuck in trying to bash the Titans. No. I just explained. No.
How many times did I have to tell you? And I told you this when they drafted Malik Willis. And it has nothing to do with me ABOBing, because y'all know I'm going to always ABOB. They did not want to work with him and develop his certain set of skills, his talent. The Titans did not develop him. When he went to Green Bay in a week, What they did was allow him to play to his style. That is why he is up there and he is progressing. Tennessee didn't allow him to play to his style.
I don't
know what it
that
is.
was a different coaching staff. Mike Vrabel, and they're not here anymore. This is a new coaching staff.
But even with this coaching staff, they're sold on Will Levis.
He was the second round pick. He hadn't even played 16 games. You want to play him.
Mr. Irrelevant. My Mr. Irrelevant quarterback is playing lights out around him.
Shanahan, okay, because we can get into that. He said get a real QB.
Because what you're doing is you're still trying to get us to be out here and trumpet for Will Levis and the Titans. When
no,
they ruined or did not, in my opinion, just like Melanie, did not give Will Levis the training or the coaching or draw up schemes. You can't just, and it's not just the Titans. So let me take that off the Titans. These organizations draft a quarterback off of flash. Oh, he has these type of numbers. But are they really looking at the style of play that some of these quarterbacks have in college? When you're drafting these quarterbacks, are these quarterbacks going to fit your system? Because if a quarterback has been playing one certain way the whole time he's been in college, so then when he gets to your organization, it's supposed to flip and he's supposed to be able to adapt to that?
Now,
I mean, that's a serious question.
No, because now she's saying that's she's speaking the truth, P. The thing is, I think we're conflating the two. And Mike, I want to come to you with the question. I gave you an explanation on how how Malik Willis got to Green Bay. And it wasn't because they didn't believe in him. It was because they did believe in him. But you have a quarterback that you just drafted in the second round that you're not going to bench for Malik Willis. You have to find out what you have in that quarterback this season. So they sent him to a place of his choosing where he thought he would have the best chance to succeed. And that worked. There was a solid that was done to him by the new administration that did not draft him. That's what I was explaining. Now, Will Levis, I just led off saying he was the worst quarterback in the league with 7 interceptions or 7 total turnovers. Mike, if Miami beats the Titans on Monday, is it time to pull the plug on the Mayo experiment?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I don't even think he'll finish this game, to be honest. I think it might be before halftime if it continues, down this slate. I agree with both points. I understand what you're saying, Paul, and it was kind of like one of those toss-ups at this point. It was like either second or third string, and it was like, which one are we going to get? And I agree with Tasha. I think he was what you see nowadays to where a lot of these, and we talked this could be a whole segment next week or something because it literally take a whole hour about how these rookie quarterbacks are put into this brand new system. And if you're going to do that, then you need to bench these quarterbacks, these rookie quarterbacks, so they can be developed for 1 or 2 years. Now, I will also say that this is only sure for 90% of the time. You will get those 10%ers that are good to go, and they just so happen to fit in your scheme. If that's the case, then that works. But I think this NFL is broken. So, but yeah, to answer your question, yeah, I don't think he lasts after this game if he continues.
It's a terrible quandary to be in if you're the Tennessee Titans because and to back up to how he actually got drafted, you two sat on here week in and week out and relentlessly banged on Ryan Tannehill. So the Titans did what y'all asked them to do. They went out and got a quarterback.
But we didn't tell them to get that quarterback. How many quarterbacks did they pass? And who was after him?
He was taken in the second round. And all of the quarterbacks were off the board when they drafted at the time.
Who was drafted after Will Levis? What quarterback was drafted after? Do we know that offhand?
I would have to take a look and see, but it would have to be the 3rd or 4th round pick, and I don't think they're starting at this point in time. That was the Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud draft that he came into. So all of the quarterbacks that are playing were already off the board. That's why they had to wait and take him in the second round because they wasn't going to spend a 1st round pick on him and give him a 5th-year option. So they knew that.
Would you think Bryce Young could be better in that scheme?
At this point, I think Michigan Mike can go down to Miami and at least not turn over the ball. Wait a minute, show that gun.
Hey, look, watch this. Look. Hey,
you can play the safe route and just take it under shotgun.
Yeah, there you go. No, I hear there is a rumor about them trying to get Bryce Young to see if they could work in the system.
Right, and it was also reported by the Titans beat writer that was a Amy Adams Strunk call to pick up a quarterback because she wanted out of the sweepstakes. And another thing that led to Mike Vrabel getting fired was the fact that the Titans had a deal in place to trade up to get C.J. Stroud, but Mike Vrabel's big loudmouth ass went and told Diana Rossini, who leaked it to the media, which tipped off Arizona and Houston. Like, wait a minute, we didn't know we was trading
on purpose.
So that also got him fired. And then Amy said, go get a quarterback in this draft. That's why they wound up getting. It was just an organizational meltdown of epic proportion. That is not to be, and I'm not taking up for the Titans here. Mike knows and Tasha knows that last week I was on their ass in the chat. I'm sick of the losing. I'm sick of us going through quarterback purgatory. I remember going through it as a Michigan fan. And then when we finally got JJ, we started winning and kicking some you-know-what. So, and he's saying the Titans need a real QB, but y'all know Shador on the way. Y'all know Shador on the way.
Shador,
Then you better lose Monday.
The biggest Archie Manning. My son ain't playing in Tennessee to save their soul.
Well, then we'll get Arch. I hear Marcus.
Stop it.
Go outside and smoke a cigarette in the garage.
I mean, they pulled what's his name up off the couch, and he older than Cap. What's his name?
Nobody want Afro Jones.
Harbaugh offered him. Harbaugh offered him a staffing position.
Man, he's just gonna be the plug for to sell weed to the team. That's all that is.
They don't need that in California. It's legal.
No, he ain't gonna be doing none of that.
All right, you're not finna been talking about Cap. You're not finna do that.
Angela Davis is done. Okay. All right. Now, she says Flacco. Right. Flacco.
Thank you.
Looking like Emmitt Smith on that commercial when he was sitting on the bench.
They unretired.
Dion will not let the Titans kill Shador.
Thank you. Thank you, Marcus. Somebody with reason. Finally put
all y'all are some Titans haters, but you ain't gonna kill my vibe. You ain't gonna kill my vibe. You just ain't gonna do it. Tighten up, and we're gonna pick that game in a minute. But ladies and gentlemen, last week, our very own Michigan Mike gave you 2 locks that would have took care of your Christmas money. So if you didn't take Detroit into 3 points, if you didn't take Michigan, then you missed out on some easy money. So we'll forgive you this week. And with that being said, it's time for Michigan Mike's lock of the week. Mike, the floor is yours.
All right. Man, I got 2 controversial picks.
Well, that's par for the course. Y'all been controversial all night.
Come on,
I'm going with Georgia money line. Or I mean, to be honest, I would do -1, but I think money line's a safer bet.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go.
Can you
money
explain
line.
what money line, Mike? Can you explain what money line means?
It just means like win outright. So like
Okay.
you don't have to do the spread or the points or any of that. You're just like, I know Georgia's gonna win. I don't know by how many points.
Okay.
But it looks like they're favored by 1. So I mean, it is what it is.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go Tennessee +1.
As in the Tennessee Titans.
Yes, sir.
We back, baby. We back.
I wouldn't take that.
Mike, thank you, bro. See, a friend in need is a friend indeed.
I wouldn't take that if I was y'all.
Mike, you threw me a lifeline, and I appreciate you so much for that, sir. All right. Now all is well. Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Shamika says, you know what? Ain't enough press in Tennessee for priming his kid.
Thank you.
All of y'all from Nashville, I don't know what y'all got against the Titans. Titans, they never did nothing to y'all.
But I keep trying to tell y'all, Titans is not the place for Shador. It's not. He's not going to like it there.
Mike, some beautiful white women in Nashville by the droves. I'm finna send them all to the recruiting visit.
Have you not seen what Shador date?
We got this, Mike. We got this. Wait till he get on that pedal bike down on that pedal bar.
Have you not seen what Shador dates?
Wait till he get down on the pedal bar. I wouldn't take that Tennessee bet with y'all money, but tighten up. See, Martrice.
Thank you, Treese.
Look, y'all said to don't take Mike's money when he said that Michigan was going to beat USC. Ain't that right, Mike?
That's what they said.
That's what they said. But what we say? Go blue. All right. Now, let's go on to our picks of the week, y'all. I'm creeping on up there, y'all. I'm at 4 out of 18. We got a nice battle going.
How you going to get 4 right? I mean, you even get a half point for your name on the top of the paper, Paul.
Wait a minute, I just really looked at that.
Are y'all finished or are y'all done?
Wait a minute. Paul, why do you have 4? I can't. It looks worse when you actually see it in print.
We've been doing this for 4 weeks. You averaging 1 right per week.
I can't. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.
Are y'all finished?
Okay, better hurry up.
Y'all finished? Y'all done? Hell, I got a Michigan pregame show to listen to. Y'all getting on my damn nerves. All right.
I may throw some picks this week. Just
sick of this. That boy got a whole slate of females from Jackson State. He ain't going. That's what y'all think.
Thank you, Shamika.
That's what y'all think.
Obviously, Paul hasn't seen what Shador dates.
Oh yes, I have. He's a brother. We don't discriminate.
Well, according to his dating history, that ain't it, dog.
We don't. All right. Now, let's go with the big game of the week. We got Georgia at Alabama. I'm going to go ahead and kick off the thing because Alabama should just come on out there and roll out there some green jerseys because they are Georgia's kryptonite. I'm going with a Roll Tide. Roll Tide, roll. Roll Tide, roll. Tasha, study long, study wrong.
This is I know. I'm probably about to pick this one wrong, and this is for sure. Are the Georgia, are their players still injured? A lot of them?
No, they get 2 of their defensive linemen back. The ones that missed the game against Kentucky, they are back.
But dang, man, you know what? I'm going to go on and go with my heart on this one.
Go with your heart.
Because my cousin's husband is a Georgia boy. So I'm going to go with them dogs down there in Athens.
You heard it. And she's leading the pack. So you know this one is going to hit.
But it's hard to put. It's hard.
Jalen Milroe puts his name in the Heisman hat today. Mike, who you got?
She said Bama. Is that right?
He said Bama.
All right. I said Georgia.
Oh, she said Georgia?
Okay, yeah, I got Georgia too.
That's one up. I'm going to catch up on them. All right, NFL, we have Minnesota and Green Bay. How much do y'all really believe in Malik Willis?
We don't even know if he's starting yet. So
no, but I'm saying it shouldn't matter the way y'all talking about him.
I'm gonna pick Minnesota because I think Love is going to play.
I'm taking the Vikings as well. Brian Flores has that defense humming.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Green Bay.
Stop chasing games, Mike. You go first this time. Mike down there chasing games. Philadelphia, Tampa Bay. Who you got?
I got Philly. Easy. Boom. Next.
Tampa Bay is about to beat y'all's ass.
Man, why you gotta say that, man? I didn't say nothing about your team.
Yes, you did. You spent the whole
The
hour.
whole show. Literally the whole show, Michael.
I'm going to forgive y'all after the Michigan game, but I'm so mad at both of y'all right now. Tasha, who you got? Philly or Tampa Bay?
I'm going to go Tampa.
All right. New Orleans versus ATL in a one of the most underrated rivalries in the NFL.
Them Saints going to march. I don't know, though, because Carr, he came back down to earth. I told y'all he was selling wolf tickets. What did I put
It's not Carr. It's everyone knows that he doesn't throw well under pressure. And so Philly just kept blitzing. They just kept blitzing. Don't give him time to throw. I got Atlanta.
Carr's a lemon. I got Atlanta as well. And on Monday night, Mike already told you to take Tennessee with the 1 point. And if it's a 1 point, that means Tennessee wins. So I'm going with the Titans. A broke clock got to be right at least once a day.
Fins.
You said that with so much conviction. Get this damn screen down. I'm talking about some 4 and 18.
Would you say,
Paul?
like,
that's gonna be the Titans record at the end of the season.
What you say officially?
Da-na-na.
Okay, you didn't say it officially. So.
Don't do that. Y'all have been very cool and ugly to me today. After all of the love,
it's your topics you're talking about.
Not ours. These are your topics, not ours.
Oh, now it's my topics.
You the one want to stand on your soapbox for losers and underperformers. Shout out to CD Lamb though.
Speaking of losers and underperformers, the losing record 49ers will be playing the New England Patriots, and they look like hot buttered boo-boo. Let's put that part out there. The Philadelphia Eagles have a quarterback controversy without a backup.
But do you hear any 49er fan out here talking about what we finna do when we know?
Yeah, I do. It was you. You remember when you said that Nana Charles signed Mr. Robin Blind, Mr. Brandon Ayuk, and you signed Williams, that y'all was going to be the Super Bowl favorite? Did you say that?
Of all of those players, how many of our real top caliber players are out there? Not saying that injury should ever be a reason why someone
don't.
But when 70% of your offense is gone due to injury, that does put like a block up against a team that can win. But although Jennings gave me 59.5 points in my
That was a nice pickup. I saw you picked him up off the waiver wire. Good job by you. That was a nice pickup. All right, who you shouting out this week, Tosh?
Oh, come back to me because I had all these shout outs, but then I forgot them.
All right, I got it. I'm gonna shout out the Big Ten, the old Big Ten, welcoming the new kids on the block Big Ten into a good beat down. We got Rutgers beating Washington last night. We had Michigan, of course, beating USC. We had, who's the other one? UCLA losing to Indiana week 2. And then next up is Oregon in a couple weeks, Ohio. Hey, it's a different ball game. So
you're saying USC is going to lose to Wisconsin today? Or that was just the introductory game, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, welcome.
Okay.
I was just saying introductory.
Yeah. No. Shouts out to the Big Ten. Oh, I'm going to give a shout out to my nephew, Carter Paul Coulter. The guy is starting to pick things up on defense. 2 weeks ago, he got a fumble recovery. Last week, he got a sack. Michigan Michael Hasso got on that quarterback, looking like
you get that one. There you go.
Right. And shouts out to the Black Panther card that's coming to the house.
Same thing, player trees.
Wakanda forever.
Tip, drill, and Wakanda forever. I also want to give a shout out to Derrick Rose, who's calling in a career. He just retired this week. Is he a Hall of Famer?
Man, look. Had he not had paper mache knees, ain't no telling what that boy could have been.
Mike, the NBA the Basketball Hall of Fame is a joke. All you need to register is 1 triple-double and you qualify. So
he's in.
I got my shout outs together now. I remembered you made me. Okay, y'all, I did forget last week. My baby's birthday was Monday. How did y'all let me forget? Y'all,
I wish you happy birthday. I don't know about you.
Baby Sizzle turned 29 on Monday. And I don't know how that's possible because I'm only 35. However, shouts out to my baby Sizzle, for her birthday last Monday. And my shout out is to the Toronto Raptors because Vince Carter took a lot of heat for the decisions that he made when he was in Toronto. The thing is, if it wasn't for Vince Carter, there would not be any basketball, not just in Toronto, in Canada, because what he did when he came, it put basketball on the map in a hockey-loving, curling-originating country. So shouts out to the Raptors for finally doing the right thing in retiring his jersey on November 2nd. I think the Nets are doing it in January or February of next year. But shouts out to the Raptors and Vince Carter, and he also got inducted into the NBA Hall of Fame in August. But again, shouts out to my baby for her birthday on last Monday.
Belated ass birthday.
You still salty, Paul. It's okay. We
wait a minute. Y'all been disrespecting me for 12 minutes.
You got to get that hate up out you, bro.
Look, I'm bleeding out, okay? Look, now, I don't know why this is a surprise to y'all. I knew the rundown this week. I told y'all I was going to crash out on y'all ass this week, and I did. That's right, Mama. Bring us back together. Go blue. All right. Group hug. Mama says, stop all that fussing and fighting. Go blue. Y'all, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you in 6 days and 23 hours. Until then, Mike.
Go blue.
Tasha.
Vamos Azul.
We'll see y'all next week. Peace. Let me log out so I can cuss them out.